Well, hello, friends, and welcome back to Organizing with Ease. I am your host, Deanna Mall, professional organizer, founder of D's Declutter, and creator of the Fresh Start Method. So, whether you're listening on your favorite podcast platform or just joining me here on YouTube, thank you so very much for being here. And as speaking of YouTube, I have to say, if you are watching this episode, welcome. This is actually something very new for me. So for years now, the Organizing with Ease has been an audio podcast. Many of you listened while you were driving, folding the laundry, walking the dog, cleaning the kitchen, or maybe even tackling a project around the home. But I thought it'd be a little bit more fun to bring the podcast to video and connect with you in a different way. So if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to say hello in the comments and let me know where you're watching from. Now, before we jump into today's topics, I have to tell you something that actually has that literally happened to me recently. The other day, I walked into the laundry room and I just stood there for a moment. Just stood there. Not because there was something of a disaster, organizing disaster, not because the room was completely out of control, but because I looked around and I thought, how are there these many towels again? It's the beach towels, the pool towels, the bath towels. Random towels that somehow appeared out of nowhere. And it made me laugh because I realized something. Summer has officially arrived, not because of the calendar, not because of the weather, and not because of 4th of July decorations, but because the rhythms inside my home have actually changed. The routines have now worked from, in the spring, it's now looked a little bit different now because why? The house is functioning differently. Life is functioning differently. And that's when I started to think about something I hear from clients a lot. They tell me, Deanna, I'm feeling behind, or I just thought I organized that, or I think I feel like I'm doing so well, but how are things like slipping away? And the truth is, summer has a way of doing that. Not because we're failing, not because our systems don't work, because life changes, schedules change, people are home more, travel happens, activities happen, and then suddenly the systems that worked so beautifully a month ago need a little bit more of adjustment. And that's when it hit me. We are not only entering July, we're halfway through the year. Halfway. Can you just believe that? And I started thinking about that. I realized that it's exactly what today's episode needs to be about. Not just decluttering another drawer, not organizing another closet, not buying more of those bins or containers, but actually a reset, a chance to pause, reflect, and evaluate what's working, adjust what's not, and move forward intentionally. So this year, Independence Day feels especially meaningful, right? Because America is celebrating its 250th anniversary. 250 years. That's a lot of history, a lot of growth, a lot of change, a lot of lessons learned along the way. And while organizing a home is obviously very different, I do think there's something we can learn from milestones. Milestones remind us to pause, appreciate progress, not perfection. Progress, my friend. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today, the summer reset. So grab your coffee and take me along your walk, folding some of that laundry, or if you're just sitting back and relaxing. Let's talk a little bit why July might be the perfect time to reset your home, your routines, and your mindset for the rest of the summer. Summer doesn't always feel the way we thought it would it? Let's be honest about this. Can we just have a moment of just an honest conversation? I think many of us create this picture in our minds of what summer is going to look like. We're going to be relaxed. The house will stay under control. We'll have so many more free times. We're finally going to get those projects we've been putting off. We're actually going to be enjoying some more, maybe slower mornings and less stress. And then what? Life shows up. The kids are home more. The laundry doubles. The dishes seem endless. There's vacation planning. We're traveling, visitors, work deadlines, home projects. And before we know it, summer feels just as busy as every other season. I hear that a lot, not only from clients, but also from friends all the time. Again, I thought summer was supposed to feel easier, and my response is always the same. Summer isn't necessarily easier. It's just a little bit different. different schedules, different priorities, different routines, and different expectations. And when the season changes, our systems have to as well change. One of the biggest mistakes people make is expecting a spring system to work during summer. But life has changed. Your home has changed. Your routines have changed, which means your systems may need to change as well. And here we are, the mid-year check-in. We are officially halfway through the year. Think about that for a moment. January feels like yesterday, but here we are yet again. What? We're in July, July, not June, not January, but July. Research has shown that nearly 80% of New Year's resolutions are abandoned by February. And at first glance, that sounds a little bit discouraging, but in honesty, I feel like it's a little bit freeing because life happens. Families change, schedules shift, unexpected opportunities come along. Success isn't about sticking perfectly to a plan. Success is about continuing to move forward when life changes around you. So ask yourself, my friend, what is working? What have I improved? And what am I proud of? What deserves celebrating? Maybe your home isn't perfect. Maybe your mornings are just easier. Maybe you're spending less time looking for things. Maybe your paperwork is more organized. How about that? Maybe your nightly reset, your routines, is finally becoming a habit, a part of those non-negotiables. Progress matters. Small improvements add up over time. It's that hidden clutter over summer. One thing I notice every summer, it's physical. It isn't. It totally isn't. But you know what it is? It's actually mental clutter. It's the decision clutter. It's that constant mental load. What are we doing today? What are we eating tonight? Did we do the groceries? Did we pack everything? Do we have enough sunscreen? What time are we leaving? Who's driving? Did we sign up for camp? Did I remember the towels? Right? Summer creates thousands of tiny decisions, and those decisions actually add up. And that's one reason organizing works so well, because good systems reduce decisions, and fewer decisions often lead to less stress. Researchers estimate that an average person spends days every year looking for misplaced items. I can say I'm part of that. Once in a blue moon, but I can say I'm part of that. So since we're thinking about that, days. Time that could be spent making what? Memories instead. The 4 areas I recommend for this July is resetting. Ready? But before we jump into those 4 areas, I want to share one of my favorite quotes from James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. You ready? You don't need to rise to the level of your goals. You need to fall to the level of your systems. I love that quote. I know I repeat myself again and again, but that is just one of these quotes that are just everlasting because it's organizing. It isn't really that motivation because motivation comes and it goes. Life gets busy. Schedules change. People get sick. Plans shift. What keeps us moving forward are the systems we have in place. All right, so you ready? Area 1. Your home, not every room, not the entire house, just the areas creating the most stress. It could be the laundry room, kitchen counters, garage, entryway, pantry, beach supplies. Pick one area and focus on them. Focus on that. Momentum is created when we complete something, not when we start 10 projects all at once, because we know the end result is nothing gets done. Number 2, your calendar. Summer has a way of filling up really quickly. The trips, the visitors coming, appointments, activities. Maybe you're actually going on trips as well, putting that in the calendar. Back to school planning. I know we're in July, but are you checking those dates ahead of time? Is school starting earlier? Do I still have time to make travel plans? Do I need to book those doctor's appointments for my kids? So you want to take a few minutes to look ahead so that you can make it easier to prepare for August, right? Number 3, your finances. I know it's a sore topic, but you know what? We do need to talk about this. Summer has quietly become one of the most expensive seasons of the year. Why? Because we're dining out. We have activities, we have summer camps, we travel. We actually do over the summer, we do back to school purchases. There's no guilt, no judgment, but it's just awareness. All right, my friend. Sometimes financial clutter creates just as much stress as physical clutter. Now, area number 4, it's about yourself. This may be the most important category. How are you doing? How are you sleeping? Are you sleeping enough? Have your routines disappeared? Are you taking care of yourself? An organized home starts with an organized life. Oh, yes, it does. And an organized life starts with what? Taking care of yourself, myself as well. Recently, I was talking to a client who felt incredibly frustrated. So she worked so hard throughout spring. Her pantry looked amazing. Her bedroom was organized, gorgeous. The kitchen systems were functioning, I can honestly say, very beautifully. But then summer arrived. Family schedules changed. Vacation happened. Visitors came and went. Some came as scheduled. Some were unexpected. Kids were home more, which is fabulous. I love it when my kids are home and have their friends over as well. Life became less predictable. And so she told me, Deanna, I feel like I'm back to square one. Maybe you felt that way as well. Maybe you looked around your home recently and thought, what happened? Like, I thought I had this all figured out. I thought I was doing so well. But here's what I reminded her. She wasn't back to square one. It's the systems weren't still there. The habits were still there. The knowledge was still there. The foundation was still there. She simply needed to adjust for the season she was in. Needing to reset doesn't mean you failed. My friend, that is not the case. It just means that you're paying attention, that it means that you're adapting, and it means that you're living life. So what is summer really all about? So before we wrap up, I want to leave with you one more quote. You ready? Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out, by Robert Collier. I think that's exactly what organizing is. It's not just one giant weekend project. I'm not buying that perfect container. I'm not creating a Pinterest perfect home. It's the small things, loading the dishwasher at night, putting something away, folding the laundry, because laundry has so many steps involved, right? Making a one decision today instead of postponing it until tomorrow. These are small actions that create momentum, and momentum creates change, my friend. The purpose of organizing isn't organizing. The purpose is living today to the fullest. It's creating space for what matters most. Those family dinners, those road trips, pool days, movie nights, conversations, memories, beach. If your home feels a little bit messier this time of the year, give yourself a little bit of grace. Life is happening, and that is such a beautiful day and a thing. It really is. And as we celebrate Independence Day and America's 250th anniversary, it's a reminder that meaningful change rarely happens overnight. Whether we're taking a nation, a family, a business, or our homes, progress happens one step at a time, little by little. And the same is true as about organizing. We don't need to transform our homes this weekend, do we? No, we don't. We just have to what? Take the next step. So for this week, choose just one area of your home that feels heavy. Just one. Set a timer. I'm telling you, 10 to 15 minutes max. A simple reset the space. Not organize your entire home, unless you have the time and you really want to do it, my friend. But remember, just one area, just that one area, and then focus on how you feel afterward, because action creates momentum and momentum creates change. And if you're listening today and thinking, I know what to do, I really do, but I need a little bit of help creating a plan and staying accountable, that's exactly why I created the Fresh Start Coaching Program. Together, we'll create realistic systems that fit your home, your schedule, and your lifestyle. And if you're not sure where to begin, take my free How Organized Are You quiz. You'll find the link below in the show notes and also on my website. It's a great first step towards understanding what's working, what's getting in your way, and where to focus next. The first half of 2026 is behind us. The second half is waiting. The question isn't, is my home perfect? It's not. The question is, you ready? Does my home support my life, the life I'm living right now? If the answer is yes, let's celebrate that. If the answer is not yet, no way. Today is a great day to what? To make that one small adjustment, that one reset, that one small step. Because organizing doesn't have to happen all at once. It happens how? You got it. Step by step, little by little. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me, however this part of the day is. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment below. Tell me what area of your home could use a summer reset right now. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast platforms, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share your episode with a friend. Until next time, and remember, your home is your sanctuary, and organizing happens step by step, little by little. Until next week.